What's up everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Indie Beginning. For today's episode, we're taking a quick look at Rebuild 3 Gangs of Deadsville. Contrary to most of the games on my channel, this game was actually released a couple of days ago, so check the Steam link in the description if at any point you want to get your hands on a build. Rebuild Gangs of Deadsville is a post-apocalyptic survival game where your goal is to start and maintain a thriving civilization where people are safe from the horrors of the Walking Dead outside of the walls. Now, I know the whole survive a zombie apocalypse and make horrible decisions thing has been done a lot lately, and it's getting a little bit stale, but hang in there, I promise you this game is a little bit different. As the name suggests, Rebuild 3 is the third game in a series of post-apocalyptic survival games, but it's the first one to be released on PC. The first two games were entirely created in Flash and were only available to play online, but their immense popularity gave the developers the time and funds needed to create this version, which is by far the best one in the series. You start the game by creating a character for yourself using all of the options you're used to in a standard RPG. You pick your gender, hairstyle, clothes, and profession, and off you go into the wild beyond. This is as far as the RPG element goes. From here on out, you don't just play your character anymore, you control increasing numbers of survivors as they join your little group. Your character still maintains some semblance of importance though, and if you play things right, you can even become mayor, president, or high grand leader of the heavenly light for the city you built and its people. Be wary though, take too many unpopular decisions and the people may just throw you out and shut the gate behind you. Once you've met your first group of lucky survivors, you can start expanding your territory. Starting with just a few city blocks, you will have to send people over to adjacent buildings and clear them of zombies, build defenses, or scavenge for supplies, slowly adding them to your growing empire. Different people are suited for different jobs. There's builders, scavengers, researchers, and soldiers amongst others. Everyone can do everything you tell them to, but most jobs will happen much faster or much more efficient when you assign a specialist to it. As your enclave grows, you are bound to meet other factions which may or may not be hostile to your little group of nosy survivors. You can choose how to respond in certain situations, be it with hostility, compassion, or outright disinterest, but the way you interact with the outside world will influence how other factions view your new city from then on, so be careful what you say to whom, it might just bite you in the ass later on. All in all, Rebuild 3 is a pretty solid title with lots to offer over a couple of days of gameplay. The fact that the previous versions were created using Flash and were basically online games still shows in this version, although this third installment in the series feels very polished and done, making this a rather enjoyable game to sink some hours into. Rebuild 3 is out on Steam for $15, €12, and £11. That's all for this episode of Indie Beginning. Stay tuned for more episodes every week. If you happen to like indie games as much as I do, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly content, or leave me a suggestion below if you want me to cover a particular game. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.